Hey guys, it's Overflow here. So today I'm going to do a first impressions review of the Huawei P30. I'm not going to do a hands-on because I can't get it here in the US. But let's just look over the specs and everything. The first thing I'm noticing here is that it's either my computer which sucks or their website that sucks. Because I literally can't do anything without it beach balling. But let's just get into it. First thing you see, huge camera bump. So put a picture up on the screen. Y'all remember back in like 2014 when people said the camera bump of the iPhone 6 was big. And then like they said the iPhone 7 camera bump was big, and they even complained about the 10's camera bump, and then like the 11's. They complained about all of that. But that's absolutely nothing compared to the camera bump on this thing. If you have like a special gimmick in your camera bump, like the Mi 11 Ultra, which has a small screen, I can go like, yeah, sure, it's gonna help the aesthetics, so you don't have like a random screen just on the back of your phone. But this thing, it has no reason to exist. You can put all these four cameras just into one module with like these flashes, and they would be like perfectly fine, but you just have, I don't know why they're choosing to split it to make it seem like there's more cameras. There's not. There's one, two, three, four, two flashes. They're just making it seem like there's more cameras. Anyways, let's move on from the camera bump and just look at what they're saying on the website. Dual matrix camera design, otherwise known as we can't put enough cameras on this thing, so we just split the camera bump to make it seem like there's more. 6.5 inch, 90 hertz, IP68. Yeah, those are like generic specs for 2021 now. The only, IP68. That's just like common. 61,000 milliamp battery. All these are just like generic. Although I do have a small anecdote about the IP68, I remember like reading some Chinese forum and people were like ogling over, oh my god, Huawei phones have IP68 water resistant? That is so good. I'm gonna buy Huawei for the rest of my life. And Apple sucks. I remember like reading something along those lines on a Chinese forum, and I just like to say that IP68 literally is, it's like handed out like money now because everyone's doing IP68. One reason or another, it's either to stop repair or they just want, to be able to stick IP68. Intelligent cross-device collaboration. Yeah, smooth and fast operation, sure. Privacy and security. Now this place is where I leave judgment up to yourself, because if you don't know, Huawei is banned in the US because they supposedly introduced backdoors for the Chinese government. I am not going to commentate on that, but if you choose to believe privacy and security, sure. If you don't, sure. I'm still going to throw a custom bomb because Huawei throws an unbelievable amount of bloat on their operating systems. Like, I remember I have like one of those Honor phones that they sell, and it'll just like download Chinese TikToks. Like, there's 5 versions of them, and they'll just keep downloading them. There's a ridiculous amount of ads on the system. You open the App Store, boom, ad. You literally open a folder on the bottom, boom, ads. There's literally a dedicated folder on the desktop that said suggested apps, and you can't get rid of it. So, yeah, I wouldn't call it smooth and fast after that much bloat. And then this is where it's actually particularly interesting because it sounds like they're just throwing buzzwords around for the race car Johnnies. True form dual matrix camera. That it's just buzzwords. Chroma shot, AIS Pro True Steady shot. You see how many times they use the true just in this segment? True dual form matrix. That's just buzzwords. It's 4 cameras, and that's it. I can get 80 times on my phone. In fact, I wouldn't even consider 80 times zoom to be remotely useful. I'd rather have a macro camera or a wide angle camera over 80 times because I'm not gonna like be I'm not gonna like use this phone for gaming when I put my phone on a BFG so I can see the pixels of some random guy 50 million miles away. No, that's not what I'm gonna use my phone for. Normally when I take photos, I just hold it up to the object, press shoot. Sometimes I'll like adjust the colors or something, and then throw it into GIMP, and then I'm done. I don't really need 80 times. The most I need is like 2 times when I want to get close to something like a tiger, but I don't want to freaking die from the tiger. That's really it. So I wouldn't really consider 80 times to be useful. Take a look at this pair. We already took a pretty big look at it. It's huge. The two dazzling eyes shine through wherever you go. Design truly stand out. I'm just gonna say the English is kind of bad. The design does stand out. I'll give it to them. But that's gonna be so unwieldy. That's 3 levels of camera bump. And like when you're holding it watching a movie, you're gonna get your grimy fingerprints all over the back camera bump. Cocoa, gold, pearl white, gold, and black. That's generic. I wonder why they like drop the cotton candy blue and all those things. I really like those colors. Lighter weight, better hold. I don't know if it's a better hold, just the camera bump. Fitting the large screen and the battery into a compact body, Huawei P30 is lighter than the previous generation and a better fit in your hand. The colorful world in your hand. 6.5-inch screen, true to life world, 90 hertz, 300 hertz sampling rate. Yeah, that's like generic, you know. And like I don't know what the price is. It doesn't seem like they're showing the price, but I'm gonna guess it's around 700 USD perhaps, maybe 800, 1,000. That's usually where the P series is. Yeah, sure. Enjoy the smoothness. 90 hertz is like considered now like if you don't have it, your screen sucks. So I feel like 90 hertz is starting to become the baseline, and 60 hertz is like if you ever used anything higher than 60 hertz, you'll definitely feel it. And just to prove it, I have 2 monitors. One I use to like make sure OBS is recording, and the other one where I'm showing you content. The one I'm showing you content has 675 hertz, and I can definitely feel that it's a lot smoother than my 60 hertz one. Wet, so what? IP68 rated for splash, water, and dust resistance. That's a generic spec. This advertising image is for reference only. Yeah. Also, if you're buying IP68 and expect to be able to like throw it into a lake or something, that's not happening. IP68 means that in lab conditions with purified water and like everything is under their control, that's what IP68 is. I already bashed enough on the camera bump. Let's see what buzzwords they're throwing around now. The Huawei XT Lamau graphics empowers smartphone photography with better clarity with the upgraded Huawei XT Fusion Pro image engine helps to reproduce comprehensive image details. The main camera matrix shows you a true world of color, and the super zoom matrix is able to capture images in a beautiful clarity from near, far, wide, or close in. You see how many buzzwords are throwing around in Huawei XT with Fusion Pro image engine, the main camera matrix, super zoom matrix, elegant outside, powerful inside, confident and cool. I don't know what game they're showing, but I'm sure as heck that it's not available on the App Store. Wet. The 5nm flagship chipset, the Snapdragon 888 with only 4G, that's, now Huawei's like touting around their 5G. I wonder if we're getting the Qualcomm Snapdragon version because I'm visiting the American site. I don't know if they're gonna get like the Kirin version in China or something. Hear what you see. Stereo speakers. Oh yeah, that song literally is licensed by Huawei, so that's why they always play. And if you ever heard a Huawei phone before, that's literally the default ringtone. Just a little bit of, you know, trivia. I already talked about the 4100 battery. Smart, swift, safe. Ooh, no, that's kind of, we already had it in iOS 14, but Android literally had it longer than me. Heart of things fast, control center. We already had that in like iOS and Android. More ways, air. Isn't this just like AirDrop, but worse? AirDrop, but kind of not AirDrop. More ways to connect to me time. Why did they call it me time? Me time. And look at the me time UI. God, that name is so funny. They just literally straight up copied FaceTime. Me time. Rise to every second challenge. Web pages load. What? Isn't that just like, I can literally do the same thing with my LibreWolf browser. That's not exactly a Huawei feature. Stay alert. I already talked about the privacy, so just take it with a grain of salt. And every time where I go over this, I like to look at the places where they don't tell you. Race car Johnnies aren't exactly going to read this. Alright, rounded. It's diagonal. The actual viewable area is slightly smaller. That's a trick that's literally like the oldest trick in the book. Is available for dedicated apps and scenario, which basically means we're going to turn it on when we want to, and we're going to turn it off when we don't want to. You can't have it always on. That's good if you want battery life, but not if you want a smooth feeling, and if you just want to take full power of what you have. I already talked about my P68 of static water, and the temperature difference is not 5 degrees. That's what I was talking about. It's in exact lab conditions. It is 4,000 milliamps, 300 hertz, 1,000 hertz, devices, yeah, there's nothing special about this. It's just a generic. I was expecting a lot more, but all we got was a huge camera bump. So, that's overflow here. I know I always bash on everything and I seem really negative, but recently there just haven't been like huge tech breakthroughs. So that's it. Remember to like and subscribe. And like if you hate these giant camera bumps.